Capricorn, look at this amazing spread. Things are moving fast this week, and how you handle it determines everything. This is your health, wealth, and happiness tarot reading for the week of March 30th through April 5th. So let's get to it. What showed up across your health, wealth, and your happiness is about momentum, it's about confidence, and emotional control. I'm loving this energy because there's a clear message here. Things are speeding up. Your presence is being noticed, and your emotional control becomes your greatest strength, but only if you stay grounded. So let's make sure we're doing some grounding exercises this week and let go of the energies that do not serve us well. Let's start over here with this King of Rods or Wands. Knight of Rods or Wands, and this is in your health sector. So it's telling you that because of that, energy is beginning. Okay, energy is beginning. There's something coming along, picking up on something very much. Okay, this is movement, it's energy, it's action, it's fast, it's bold, it's driven. And Capricorn, this feels like momentum. So if you've been working on something with your health, if you've been dealing with something for your health, or you've been working through something with your health, don't be surprised if it starts picking up faster. If you've been going through some healing, this is going to pick up faster. If you've been trying to get over a cold or hay fever or illness, this is going to pick up faster. You're going to get through it. Again, if you've been dealing with recovery, this is something. If you've been fighting a disease, this is something. Again, things picking up, things going faster. Part of that is you, because you're in so much of a better situation in your head because you're ready to face this. You're ready to take it on. You're ready to be done with it. But here's the key. Movement without proper direction will give you a burnout. So be careful. Momentum with focus will build the power. So as you focus on moving forward, focus on the right cure and doing things that help you with your cure, things helping you with getting better about something, things helping you to stay healthier, things helping you. Again, it's focus about and moving forward in a positive, more specific way. All right, this looks like high energy and motivation, jumping into action. We're talking about pushing forward with intensity, giving it all, giving it your all. We're not doing this half measure stuff, not this week, okay? Because this card is very clear. There's a lot of energy, it's a lot of movement as long as you focus it. But the win this week is very much a controlled momentum. Again, controlled momentum. Wow, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? I'm loving it. And as you channel that energy, don't be surprised if that flows over to your money. So we'll get there in a minute, but let's do some confirmational cards. And look at that, the King of Pentacles. That King of Pentacles is out there, and he is bold and in charge. Again, he takes control because he's like, I can bring the abundance. I can manipulate the things around me to make sure that I'm getting healthier and bringing abundance. And so the King of Abundance, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, man, he's got it. He's got it. And look at this. Another king. I mean, you are so much in your headspace right now. You control this. You own your health right now because this is the King of Cups. And he's saying, benefit from what you're seeing. Be ready to change and be flexible. He's on water. You see that? Be flexible and looking toward your happiness. Keep focusing on what you want to do to make you happy, which means getting better, moving beyond, okay? And then there's the victory card. When you put that work in, when you put it in, you're gonna see the benefit of it. Again, that's that victory. I'm loving it. Victory, victory, victory. How wonderful is that? I can't believe it. This is just so amazing. Oh my goodness. Well, man, I tell you, I'm not even sure I want to read further because this is great. This is helpful. But let's get to the next card, which is your wealth, and that's that Queen of Rods or Queen of Wands. And it's interesting. You have two of your suits are. Two of your cards are the same suit, which is the work cards, but all three of them are in the what do you call it, the hierarchy cards. And so it's kind of nice, the face cards as they call them, And so we're talking the higher numbers, which means much more impact. This is an extremely impactful week. Okay, let's start over here again with the Queen. And so the Queen, when the Queen is there, again, this is about power. She's powerful, and this is about powerful when it's in your wealth card. This is confidence. This is attraction. This is people responding to your presence and your energy and your vision. People are listening to you. You've had to work a while because that Queen is a patient energy, and she works through and she just keeps pressing through, but with the positive energy, and she keeps growing and growing. And so eventually it's taken time, but eventually people have paid attention now, and you are seeing that because they're listening, they're watching, they're wanting your vision, they're listening, and they're growing from what you are helping them receive. And Capricorn, here's the moment. Here's the moment. Are you owning your value? Again, other people are. The question is, are you owning your value, or are you still playing smaller than you actually are? Again, you need to own you need to embrace love, own the fact that you have something to give and people want it. Okay? Don't chase the money anymore, attract it. Don't chase the attention, attract it. This is you finally stepping up and owning your full power. And again, if this was a king of rods, you'd already own your power. You wouldn't even have an issue. But a queen, she's a little more, a little more reflective and thinking, oh, it's a group of us. This is, again, step up this time. Step up, okay? And this is where your money grows. Showing up confidently. And also, there's a trusting your abilities issue. We talked about that. You got to trust that people, if people are looking to you, and they're listening to you, maybe you have something to say. That's the point, something worth saying. And allowing the energy to speak before you even say a word. So, in other words, listen to your intuitive side. Let your energies speak to you. Let them convey what you should be doing, how you should be doing it, and what steps you should be doing. And don't be surprised when it's right. Because right now, you're being noticed. You're being noticed. The question is, are you ready? Are you ready to embrace the fact that, again, and see what other people see in you? Because they see so much more sometimes than you do. Okay, and when you do that fully, you're going to be thrilled. And this is the king over here, and that's the happiness card. We're going to get there in a minute, but this energy is going to feed that energy. Loving this. Now let's get some confirmational cards over here. Look at this. You're bringing closure, bringing the end to a cycle where, again, you put the work in, you've put the energy in, you've put the time in, you've shown over and over again that you know what you're doing and you have value when you speak, and now people are listening. So, again, that's bringing closure to that thing. Look at that strength. You have all this strength, you don't even tap it. So this is the week to tap it. This is the week to make sure that, again, you're getting out there, you're getting beyond your own hurdles, you're not letting anything block you. And you are sometimes your worst enemy because you don't trust what you got going on. Okay? And then look at this. There's that justice card. Oh my gosh. This is bringing balance. Again, you put a lot out, bringing balance back. You're not letting things go one way or the other too much. Again, you know how to find that value in the middle. And people love that. That's what they come for. That's what they want to hear from you. Man, I'm telling you, your health is finally getting into control. Your wealth, you're in control of it, and you're finding your voice in your wealth. Loving that, which makes for a very much happier time. And over here, King of Cups is one of the happiest cards you're gonna get. All right, I'm loving it. This is emotional mastery. Let me repeat that. When you get that King of Cups, you're talking mastery, emotional mastery, control over your emotion. This is the calm. This is that attorney who looks at the face of somebody and they're just yelling in his face and he's like, okay, okay. This is that calm in a storm. This is that individual who is like, you can shake me all you can try to shake me all you want. I'm not doing it. Internally, they may be dealing with some things, but you know what? Again, they're controlling that calm. They're making sure they put out that energy that says, I am okay. I've got this. I don't need to panic. Okay. This is understanding your emotions without being controlled by them. Let me repeat that. This is understanding your emotions without being controlled by them. So this is one of those times where even if things are blowing up around you, okay, you can analyze, you can assess it and say, yeah, things are a mess right now, but I'm okay. So we're okay and I'm okay. It's one of those things to give in to the emotion, to give in to craziness. And this card said, nope, not this week. This week you're in control. You don't have to worry about that. And Capricorn, this is balance. This is absolute balance, which is what I was talking about here. Because again, when you have the health in order with the victory, you have your wealth and you're finding the balance there, you're going to stay emotionally balanced. How can you not? This is about everything moving around you fast only steadies you more. And so don't be surprised if a lot of craziness is happening around you this week, but you stay steady because again, you're like, I got this. I've got this. And here's the truth. Your power isn't just what you do. It's how you handle everything around you. So this is power itself, but how you're handling that power, how you're handling that energy, that change that's coming around you. Remember we talked about the change here and that king, and this is the same cup, king of cups. It's how you handle the change. You've got this. Oh my goodness. Your happiness comes from emotional control. I'm telling you, emotional control, inner balance, and confidence without chaos. This feels like strength, clarity, and control to me. So I'm telling you, let's get some clarity cards here. Confirmation cards, yeah, all kinds of straight craziness. Look at this, all kinds of craziness. Everybody else wouldn't have any focus, they'd be falling apart. You're not going to do that. You're going to be flexible. You're going to say, you know what? I can work through this. I can do this. And look at this. There you go. You find the balance. Again, we talked about balance here. I talked about balance here. Look at that. You're finding the balance. You're making sure that nothing is overly crazy in one direction or the other. And ultimately, man, look at what that's doing for you. It's bringing you an amazing week because you're slow and steady. And ultimately, it's going to make for a better week for you and also setting you up for a better year ahead. This is going to have long-term consequences because this is a major arcana, this is a major arcana, and this is a major arcana. So the ultimate end of these three readings, and then the strength card here, they're major arcana. So this is something moving forward for you. This is going to have impact for months to come. This week is going to be one of your most impactful weeks. Let me repeat that. This week will be one of your most impactful weeks. So let's put it all back together and try to get through it one more time. First of all, we have over here the Knight of Rods, and that's your health. So that's movement. That's action, and that's momentum. And then we get over here to the wealth, and there's that Queen of Rods. And what does she do? And again, when I say rods, it's also wands. I'm giving you both sides of that because depending on what deck you're looking at. And with that one, you have confidence, you have attraction, you have presence. You're in the moment, which is wonderful. And that, of course, makes you happy over here with that King of Cups who is ready to be steady and face the changes that he's okay. And that's the emotional mastery, that calm, and that control. Loving this energy for the week. So this week isn't random at all. It's powerful. It's powerful. And you've brought it in. You've drawn it in. You manifested it. So move with purpose, own your value, and stay in control. Because Capricorn, this might be the week you realize you're not chasing anything anymore. I mean, think about it. Look, you're in control. Moving forward, you've taken control. So you've become the one everything responds to, instead of you being the one that is responding to everything. Everyone is responding to you. If it's hits, you may want to play it again just to make sure you caught everything because there's a lot going on here. But I promise you that if you play it again, you're going to find one or two little nuggets in here you missed the first time around. And maybe even a second and third time, who knows. But with that said, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for being supportive. Thank you for following through and watching this all the way through. Please hit that like, share, subscribe, and follow buttons. Share it to a friend. Someone needs to hear this. And when they do, they're going to be very happy that you did this for them. Love, light, and blessings. Until next week. Again, this is Don with Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Bye-bye.